A teenager named Kate Carter has been a lover of the weather since she was 5. Growing up, she was blessed with parents who gave her permission to pursue a course of her choice in college. As a lover of the weather, she chose to study meteorology and even had support from her college to embark on a science project. The project was geared towards stopping a tornado from intensifying and destroying people's properties using barrels of sodium polyacrylate beads. These compounds would be sucked into the updraft of the tornado, absorb the moisture content, and ultimately destroy the tornado. Kate, with support from her friends, went to a location where the forecast for the previous day showed signs of a tornado emerging into the area. They came with their barrels ready and happy to save the world. However, their happy preparations was suddenly interrupted when the tornado intensified than any they had known or seen, taking away 3 of her friends along as they run to find for shelter. Luckily for Kate, she survived with one other guy known as Javi. Few years after the incident, Kate is now working in a meteorological department in New York as one of the most respected individuals. That afternoon, she received a visitor. It was no other than Javi, the guy he survived the tornado with. Javi didn't let the depression from the loss of their friends get to him. He was even encouraged by friends and families to embark on a new project. This project was also geared stopping a tornado, but it had a different technique. It would use 3 radar pods to form a triangle, ultimately stopping it. However, Kate showed no interest in helping him and left. The next day after she woke from bed, she received a message from Javi about a new tornado that had destroyed most of the people's properties in his town. He needed someone with strong meteorological knowledge to help him on the project, hence his reason for seeking Kate's help. Kate finally decided to help after seeing the damage the tornado had done to the locals. Their team was named as Stormpar and had a group of very intelligent professors from top universities. However, Kate was their leader, and everything she would say would be what the group will follow. After a series of analysis, Kate finally figures out a tornado in a distant. It was some few minutes away from their camping site. However, they had a competitor, Tyler Rowlands, self-acclaimed tornado wrangler, who also had his method of stopping the tornado. First 2 teams from Kate's group fixed their radar. It was left with Kate and Javi to fix theirs. However, when they got to the location, scared and depressed from the incident that happened some years ago, Kate stormed out of the place, leaving Tyler and his crew to have the chance. Javi was devastated, but later accepted Kate's apology. That afternoon, Tyler passed by Kate's room and offered her a pizza. He again decided to ask her out so they can take a break from all that was happening. Whilst outside enjoying a rodeo, Tyler reveals he was also a meteorological expert, but loved his small town and simple living, thus his lifestyle. Tyler had a YouTube channel where he used to broadcast live to the public about his efforts and displays whilst chasing the tornado. Immediately, they are interrupted by a strong wind, and they knew they had to fight for a shelter because a massive tornado would sweep through the town any moment from then. They found refuge in an empty pool, although some, sadly, couldn't make it. After the tornado, Kate confronts Javi because earlier that day, she made a research about William Riggs, one of their investors, and found out he was into real estate and only making money from people's lost properties in the tornado. Javi, angered, blames Kate for the loss of their friends. This deeply hurt Kate, flee from the camp into her mother's home. There, Tyler arrives and spends some time with the family. Later that evening, he finds out about Kate's high school project and why it had failed. He consoles Kate and heads to bed. The next day, when he got ready to move out, Kate surprisingly asked for his help to redo her science project from college and experiment with another tornado. He agrees, but even with their efforts, the mixture couldn't stop a normal tornado. They tried another formula and hoped it would work the next time. After they got to town, they were suddenly met with a big and monstrous tornado that moved with fire and destroyed most companies and properties. This was too big for them. They need to get to town and save the locals. Over there, they tried to caution people about the dangers of walking outside whilst there is a tornado and led them to safe bunkers and strong buildings. People were urged to stay low to the ground and hold something strong. The wind was ripping the buildings apart. However, Kate was nowhere to be seen. She had sneaked her way out of the theater in attempts to quench the tornado. She took Tyler's car, which had a mixture of her new polyacrylate beads. This was a new model, which wasn't tested out. It was a high risk she decided to take in order to save the town. Luck was on her side. The combination of Tyler's dynamite and her mixture of polyacrylate beads, she stopped the tornado. Her mixture worked, and it was possible because of the risk she took. Now she was seen as a hero by her town for stopping such a huge tornado. Her job was done, and she needed to go back to New York. She forgave Javi for the hurtful words he said towards her, and the two instantly rekindled their friendship. But Tyler, on the other hand, wanted to be more than friends. He looked at Kate as she sadly walked into the queue, ready to depart to New York. Mustering the courage, he walked up to her, and the two made it back to town because the flights were canceled due to a storm. Hope this time he tells her he likes her. Please like and subscribe for more movies like this. Thank you.